381-3811. First of all, I want our call screener, Jen, tonight, to leave a couple lines open for all you liberals who think the president should be impeached. And the question to you liberals who think the president should be impeached is very specific with respect to all this Ukraine stuff. What is the impeachable offense? What are you accusing the president of? Exactly. And based on whose testimony? Think it through. What should the president be impeached for? And based on whose testimony? High crimes and misdemeanors. Treason or bribery. That's the test. One more time, third time, liberals out there, what should the president be impeached for and based on whose testimony, or what evidence even, more broadly? All right? Let's see. Who is it? What are the numbers again? Somebody? What are the numbers again up there? Paul, Los Angeles, California, on the Mark Levin app. We should impeach the president for abuse of power. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
And how so?
Because he was abusing his power and subverting the will.
I don't use the same word to describe the same words. I asked you, how did he abuse his power?
By subverting the will of Congress to his own personal ends.
The President of the United States is not required to comply with the will of Congress. You may not be aware of this. We have 3 branches of government. Now, what is the will of Congress? What are you talking about?
Well, you know that under Article...
If I knew, I wouldn't ask you. What is the will of Congress that the president is subverting? I'm just curious.
Congress is authorized under Article 1, Section 8 of the Constitution to provide. They are authorized to provide foreign aid where they see fit, and they did.
And the President of the United States is free, as every president has been free, to condition that aid on certain types of activities. See, he's the commander-in-chief. He's in charge of American foreign policy. Do you know Barack Obama did that with Israel? Do you know Barack Obama did that with Ukraine? He did. Oh, my God. He did. I can't believe it. We should have impeached Barack Obama, Paul. Do you know every president in American history has done this?
The issue is that he did it to benefit himself politically.
No, he didn't. How so?
You know it.
Stop raising your voice, twerp. I'm not one of your family members sitting at the dinner table. Don't tell me what I know. I'm trying to figure out what you know, which is quite little. I asked you a question. How did he do that?
He did.
Get off the phone, you idiot. You don't even know what you're talking about. Which kind of proves the point. And he votes. And he votes. Let's continue, shall we? Drew, Bay County, Florida, the great WYOO. How may I help you, sir?
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate the opportunity. I would like to continue his comment. And he did do this for his own political opportunities.
He did do what?
He held the Ukrainians responsible for not getting any kind of military aid that was appropriated by Congress.
They got military aid. What are you talking about?
They eventually did. You're right. Yes, sir. However, what he did was he made it a condition. And he's allowed to make a condition. The President of the United States is not required to send hundreds of millions of dollars to a regime that has blown hundreds of millions of dollars in the past. As I told the prior caller, Barack Obama withheld funds from Israel. You have Democrats talking about withholding funds from Israel. The funds are appropriated unless Israel does what they're told. This happens all over the world. It's been done by past presidents. We're not just a bank. The president's not just a banker and a pass-through. He runs foreign policy. The caveat to that is that foreign policy is to benefit the United States.
And it does benefit the United States. We want to know what happened in the 2016 election, don't you?
Of course we do, but the transcripts that he has, which are summaries, and the statements of all of the witnesses...
Sir, the transcripts which are summaries, do you have a recording that you would like to share with us?
No, I'm giving you the summaries of the...
We're talking about the president, not the witnesses. I thought you were talking about the president abused power.
Well, to support an impeachment, I don't think he'll be drummed out.
Which witness are you talking about? I didn't ask you that either. Stay focused. I know it's tough. What is it that William Taylor said that impresses you?
William Taylor?
Yes. What you said, the witnesses.
There is a quid pro quo.
No. William Taylor never spoke to the president. He has no first-hand knowledge of anything. What do you mean there is a quid pro quo?
Let's talk about Lieutenant Colonel Vindman.
Let's talk about Lieutenant Colonel Vindman. What does he know?
He listened.
So did others. That transcript is the consensus position of a lot of people who monitored that phone call, not just the Lieutenant Colonel.
What I'd like to pose is we use the term summary because it's not a transcript.
Sir, one more time. Do we have any summaries of presidential phone calls with any other leaders, any other presidents in modern American history?
I think it's transparent.
Answer my question, yes or no.
I agree.
Answer is no. Now, that's number one. Number two, we do not have word-for-word transcripts in these because that's not the way it works. Didn't start with Trump that way. So this is the consensus position. But you choose to back Vindman because he hates Trump, because he's pro-Obama, because the other lieutenant colonel said that he was attacking American soldiers right in front of the Russians. That doesn't bother you, though, does it?
No, it does bother me.
Here is the problem, Drew. That lieutenant colonel has not been effectively cross-examined by presidential counsel. For instance, I'm just raising a few questions. You're taking verbatim what's been fed to you. But this guy has not been effectively questioned, even if he's 100% right. What's the abuse of power?
Anything. Human beings are not.
Listen to me. Even if he's 100% right, what's the abuse of power?
The abuse of power is very simple. The president used his positions to forward his own political future. He
How
did
so?
not do it for our benefit.
So that's not what the transcript says.
Why would the Biden be...
The Biden name came up. It had absolutely nothing to do with any kind of aid, which is why you have to rely on this colonel who's gone outside what the transcript says, that the group taking the notes, monitoring the telephone call said. That's why you all have to rely on the opinions of other people rather than the direct factual evidence. So you have no reason to impeach the president. I'll be right back.
Mark Lopez.